Hey, my name is Ben Salstrom. Today I am working on my 2002 Ford F150. We've got a small issue going on back here underneath the truck, and probably won't take you very long to identify exactly what we've got going on. The inside of this wheel right here is shiny and there is oil running down it, and that can mean nothing else but the seal has gone bad on that wheel next to the wheel bearing. In the center here, I've also got some oil coming down on the bottom of the pumpkin. On this side, everything looks to be okay, but we're going to do that at the same time anyway. So, without further ado, we're going to get our work area prepped and get ready to roll with this project. So I'll be uploading this in multiple different videos just so that it's easier to search and get to the section that you actually need to watch. So there's a lot that goes into this process. So this is part one of just getting ready and diagnosing this issue. So a couple things before we get started. This is the Triton V8 5.4 liter connected to a 9.75 inch rear end. And there's usually like an 8.8 inch and a 9.75. So make sure you know which one you have before you go in to get parts. The 9.75 parts are obviously some more money, but they are what you need. So in order to identify which one you have, if you can't find information in your box, down underneath here on your rear end is a tag. And so just gonna see if we can take a closer look at this particular one. There it is. So in this case, we have I believe it's let me get my light a little closer here. V942A. That top number is the one you want. I guess it's kind of hard to see which side is the top, but this is the top of this tag, and that number is the identifier, and you can look up the specifications based on that number. The other thing you can do, and I'm pretty sure this is accurate, but you might want to confirm, is just count the number of bolts that you have on the back here. Mine has 12 bolts, and I believe the 8.8 has 10, so that might be another way to tell. So here's the pinion side, and you can see, if I get a more even light across it here, that there's oil all along here, and especially going down from right here, right where my light is shining, there's a lot of oil that is running down off this pinion seal. So we're going to have to pull these off and remove the drive shaft in order to get this off. So that's going to be a project. So I'm going to put that as a separate video from the wheel bearings and wheel seals, and you can check that out if this is an issue for you. If it's not, I probably don't need to worry about it unless it's leaking. Being that we're going to have the rear end up off the ground, we need to make sure that we chop these wheels so that the truck doesn't roll while it's up on the car jack. That's how you remove the hubcaps here, I guess is what you'd call them. Just very gently pry back here and here. There's two different spots where it gives you a spot to put a prying device in, and just about free now. I think we've got one more maybe. So be careful not to scuff up your rim too much. So there we go, cap is off, and I've got this up off the ground here now, so we are ready to take these bolts off. This is pretty simple, but here we go. The size of these nuts are 13/16, so we will just spin these off real quick. It'll be fairly uneventful. But not today. Nice and easy. There we go. So we'll roll this out of the way, and we're going to put these somewhere safe. Alright, so we're going to remove this brake caliper here, and we just have a couple of bolts, one there and one on the bottom. And Fortunately, that one is probably not even quite as tight as it should be, but I am a fan of not going overboard when you tighten stuff. So, there, that one is actually loose already. So, we're going to take that out and set there. And then we'll do our second one. Same story there, not too terrible. And both those bolts are the same length, so you don't need to worry about which one was where. Straight back, I think. There we go. So it rotates out just like this. The bottom doesn't come off until you get it back to here, and then it should come up just like that. So now that the brake caliper is off, we can pull the disc, and this thing is just full of oil in here. It's unbelievable. From this bad wheel seal. Give you a little closer look here. You can see how that one's just shiny as can be in there. It's just wet with oil. Ooh, and this parking brake pads have totally deteriorated. There's nothing left to them. So I'm gonna have to get new ones of those. So yeah, that was one thing I didn't know I was gonna have to do, so I have to pick that up. Anyway. So on here, it turns nice and freely. This is the side with the bad seal. And just wanted to show you, when I lift up and down on this axle here, I don't know how well you can see that movement there, but there's definitely a little bit of play there. Now, I am not totally sure if that's normal or not, but we will compare to what it does once the new bearing is in there. Assuming that the axle shaft is good, we will see if there's any sort of a change in the noise or in the actual play here. So we will check that out once we're done. This concludes part 1 of the series. There's just a lot of stuff that goes into the process of replacing the bearings and seals and all this. So this is the diagnosing, showing you what the oil looks like coming off of the wheels and the pinion seal, and getting to the point where we're ready to pull the axles. So the next video is going to be actually cracking the pumpkin and pulling the axles out. So be sure to click through to the next video or click on the playlist. I'll try to get it all set up so that it's easy to get to the next video. I'll for sure put it in the description. So thanks so much for watching this part, and I hope to help you out. And be sure to check out the next part when I get that uploaded. Talk to you later.